Okay, guys. Okay, so listen, what I want to do here today, guys, is I want to, sort of peel back the onion a little bit here for you so that you can, you know, everybody here should be making $10,000 a month, guys, okay? And there's no reason why you should not be making $10,000 a month right now, okay? Because you have all of the bonus training, right? That here's what I believe, okay? And I'm going to be honest with you guys, okay? I don't believe that you are taking personal ownership of our bonuses. Okay, that's the one problem that I see that's happening here. Okay, we have millionaire mentoring every Sunday. Now, if I do a private millionaire mentoring session, I charge $300 for it, guys. That's truth. That's fully real deal. Okay, so you have a $1,200 monthly bonus through Millionaire Mentoring and a $3,000 bonus that people actually pay me for. So if somebody says, Darren, can you give me private coaching to learn how to become a top producer, to learn how to recruit new reps in 6 to 45 minutes, to how to develop a 9K a day mindset, how to create unstoppable vision, how to unleash the alpha within, I charge $3,000. That's fact. Now, until you guys fully take ownership that you have all this stuff behind door number one, until you own that on the front end, you won't get any value from it. Okay, you will not get any value from that from a marketing perspective if you do not personally take ownership from a front end perspective. Okay? So when I am, okay, here's an example. If I say today, okay, as an example, okay, if I make the proclamation right now today, and I draw a line in the sand, I'm bringing in 5 people today, okay, like that. 5 people are coming in today in my business. That's it. That's how it works. That's how it starts. Okay. Now, what's the whole? How does recruiting actually work? Okay, this is how recruiting works. Let's say that somebody, as an example, has hit the like button on my Facebook page. Okay. If I'm on a mission, guys, okay, I'm gonna show you exactly what I do in order to make that thing a reality. 5 people in a single day. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna show you exactly what I do, so that you, and I'm gonna show you some of the stuff that happened today, so that you can get an idea of how this whole process works. Okay. And you guys have to be prepared to draw a line in the sand and not be worried about leaving anybody behind. Because some people are going to be left behind, guys. Straight up. Okay? There will be some people that are left behind here that don't show up, that couldn't rearrange their schedules to be here, that it's not important for them because their freedom is not an important thing. They say it is, but they really don't mean it. They say it is on the surface, but they really don't mean it, okay? And you guys have to understand this. It's one thing to actually say that you want freedom, okay? But here's what I'm going to tell you guys. That the majority of people in the world, okay, the majority of people in the world, their comfort zone is victimhood.
Yep.
Their comfort zone is struggling. Okay, so let me go here onto Facebook. I don't want to be on Chrome because I don't like that interface. Just hold on. Let me see how I can get another one here on Safari. Okay. Okay, I don't know why that won't. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're going on to Facebook. Okay, so I want to give you guys an idea of how simple and easy this is. Okay, so here I am on my Facebook page. Now, what I do is I put out things that I know are going to get some interaction. Okay, so here's an example. You join a company, then find out after you spend the money that it's a Ponzi. What do? A, take the loss and stop marketing it. B, keep marketing it as long as it lasts, but tell people what it is. C, pretend that you don't know. Okay. Now I have right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. David Wood clicked the button here, so I know that I'm in the right vibration. Right? He's done 150 million in sales. So, that's an example. So all I got to do is look across the board. Here I got a top recruiter, right? Ron, I'm not too sure how much income he makes, but I'd say he's probably at 70 or 80 grand a year. Jackie, I'm not too sure. And okay, so Bobby, I'm not too sure what his income is. Now, let's say that I did something here and I want to communicate with these people. If I hover over top of this, see how message comes up? Watch that. See how message comes up? See that message? I can now message this person right here, close this down, and now I'm going on to the next one. See that message? Right? I'm going on to the next one. Bobby, right? If you click on them, you'll go directly to their page. If you hover over top of it, the message box will come up. Okay, so let's take a look here. Who actually hit the like? So we've got Jackie, Bobby, Bashan, Ron, and Charles. Now, who actually interacted and commented? Let's take a look. Scott Clayson, he says, A every time because I hustle, but I'm not a hustler. Okay, this is a guy that I want to connect with right here. Right, so what do? I click on here. I go to his About section. First thing I do is I see if there's a phone number here. Okay, because if there is, I'm adding him, right? Or I'm calling him. Hey, Scott, it's Darren Little calling from Facebook. Now, I really do this, guys. This is no joke. If I make a decision right now, I'm recruiting 5 people today, right now, that's it, period. This is really what I do. Okay, so now I go over here to his Skype, and I add him to Skype. Now, why do I do this? Because I want to get people off of the computer and onto an energy portal. So I want to be able to hear their voice, and I want to be able to hear their tonality. So my goal when I'm getting a person onto either phone or Skype is that I'm going to now, I want to make them laugh. Okay, that's my first goal. Okay, I got to change their state and get them to laugh. Okay. Hey, Scott. Oh, what happened there? That was weird. I say, hey, Scott, it's Darren Little from Facebook. Okay. Now, what I want for you guys to understand here is that this is how I do my power recruiting, okay? So I go down here. This is all the money right here. This is all the money zone. So what does it say? I need a vacation. What company has the best discounts on the market? It has to be someplace tropical. Okay, so I can scroll down here. Zach Hellman, top producer. Sasha, I met. She was doing major leadership stuff at the conference. Ron, I don't know. I haven't had a chance to actually connect with him. So I'm going to, okay, look at that. Bingo. He's got a phone number. Okay. I'm going to show you guys this right now, okay, so that you can see this live, so that there's no excuses for this. You're going to see this go down live. Now, I'm not going to recruit him, right? I want to see what's happening in his life.
Hi, you've reached Ron Maxim. I can't come to the phone right now, but if you leave your name and number, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks. Have a great day.
on, Maxim? What's going on? It's Darren Little calling from Facebook. Hey, listen, I just wanted to reach out, touch base, say a quick hello. We haven't had a chance to connect by phone. Give me a call when you get a chance. 604-771-1901. Hope you're having a great day. Okay, now if I keep on doing this, guys, I'm telling you what happens is the energy is going to build up and I will break inertia. Okay, I will break inertia just because of the concentrated mental focused thought that I have on my intention is I'm bringing in 5 people right now. I'm bringing in 5 people today, and that's it, period. Right? You have to get to that level of intensity where nothing and nobody is going to stop you. Nothing. Like a freight train. Okay, so here we go. So who else do we have? Okay, so I click on this, and now I can scroll down. Okay. So we've got Laura Lee McCarthy, Nicole Wolf. Okay, now I'm just looking here at the... okay, let me get a hold of Kathy, see if she's available. Okay.
Hi, you've reached Kathy.
Okay, so she's in network marketing and she's with Visalis.
Phone number and I'll get back with you. Have a wonderful day. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Kathy, it's Darren Little calling from Facebook. Just wanted to reach out, touch base, say a quick hello. We haven't had a chance to connect, and I wanted to just let you know I've got some great news I wanted to share with you. Give me a call at your convenience, 604-771-1901. Okay, so my goal here is to get as many possible deposits in a forward momentum as I possibly can, okay? So I want to give you guys an idea because I want you to actually see this live. Okay, so here's some actual conversations that happened today. Okay, so I want to go to this guy that I just enrolled. Okay, here's a guy that I enrolled. Okay, and now keep in mind, this, okay, so he came on to one of my posts and he requested my training. Find out how I started a business from $44.95 and create a 6-figure income. So he was one of the people that said, you know, give me the, you know, send me the value or whatever, right? Or, you know, if you want to find out how I did this, underneath here, say I do, right? So there's I do. Those are pre-enrollments, guys. If I put out a message like that and people are interacting, wanting to get the value, those are pre-enrollments. Okay, so here's how this started. Here's the training you requested, stepuptofreedom.info. Cheers, Darren, I appreciate it. Cheers, it goes live in 45. Okay, that was yesterday. Hey, Darren, how's it going? How's your day so far? Hi, Darren, it's going great. How are you doing? Amazingly well. What phone number are you at? That's how fast, guys. Okay, so he gives me his phone number. I see that he's in the UK. So I say, add me to Skype. He says, done. Okay, so now we go over to Skype. Okay, so we started to talk at 11, okay, we started talking at 12:03, okay? We talked for 17 minutes, and I took him through on a PowerPoint screen share through Step Up to Freedom. Why do I want to try and explain everything when I can take him right through in a live one-on-one Step Up to Freedom presentation? Guess who enrolled? 17 minutes, guys. There it is. With a relationship started with somebody, and he's fired up. because when I showed him the numbers, his jaw dropped onto the ground. Now, you guys have the same numbers that I do. You could say that this is my mentor. Here's the strategy that he used, right? It doesn't have to be you. So when I'm talking to Pat, and Pat, when you say these words to me, well, I don't have the success, so I can't do it. That is a total crock, because I had no success when I started. None. When I started Empower Network, I had no success. But I knew this. I can show somebody how to generate a $2,000 to $3,000 monthly marketing budget for their business in 60 to 90 days. That's my special sauce, guys. That's my special sauce. So here's the questions that I want to now you guys can see this. That's straight from the very beginning all the way through the entire process. So what did I do? I put out bait on my wall, right? On how you could say, find out how my mentor started a business with $44.95 and created a six-figure income, right? I can only take 10 people to gain access to this information. If you want access, print or say I do, right? So all these people go, I do, I do, I do, I do. Great. Okay, that's your audience. So now I reached out to him again. I got him onto Skype. I just went like this. I went to PowerPoint, right? I opened up my PowerPoint like this. I went into slideshow, fresh start, and boom, I'm doing the presentation. Obviously I did it a little bit faster because I had an opportunity to build rapport with him for 5 minutes, do a quick presentation for him, and close him all in 17 minutes. So I was like, this step up to freedom, I'm going to show you how to turn your passion into profit. Of course, you know me. My name's Darren Little, MLM Superhero. I'm going to show you how to actually use your personal brand instead of promoting another company to totally propel you to the next level. There's me again. You know me, right? I'm going to give you a $297 bonus as soon as we're done, right? And I do a little bit faster. So what's the real product in network marketing and direct sales? And then I ask him, right? Do you know, Darren? Do you know what it is? Guess what? He got it right. Got it right, guys. Right? So I know that he's on the right path, and he just needs a mentor. He just needs somebody to give him that little extra, encouragement, that little extra boost to be part of a team, right? That's exciting, because I know that I can help this guy totally change his life, right? So you guys have to take ownership of this, right? Now, if you don't believe that you can, do you believe that I can? Do you guys believe that if you're telling me right now, oh, I don't think that I can do this. Do you think that I can do this, Pat?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so if you put somebody into a room with me like this, do you think there's a good possibility that I can find out what's going on in their life, build some rapport, find out what their vision and dream is, get them connected to their dream, find out what their current monthly, what level of income are they accustomed to making right now, how much money do they want to make, right? What's their startup budget and what's their monthly maintenance budget? These are simple questions, guys. It's not. This isn't like the professor rocket science here, right? You understand what I'm saying, right? Does this make sense to you, Pat?
Absolutely.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to tell you. There's a saying that if you go Lone Ranger, you will be broke. It's the truth. You're part of a team until you own the fact that you're on a team, until you own the millionaire mentoring, until you own the fact that you've got $3,000 in bonuses. It's not going to do anything for you. Nothing. You've got to take ownership of this. Because if you can't take ownership for what I can do, I can't help you. Seriously. There's nothing that I can do to help you to get to a six-figure or multiple six-figure income if A, you can't become a member of the team, and B, you don't feel that I can close for you or provide any value for you. That there's nothing that I can do. right? But you on the front end have to take the ownership, right? If all you learned how to do was to connect with a person, connect with a prospect, build rapport, find out what's happening in their life, right? What's their vision, their goal, their dream, their desire, their pain. When you hear me on my calls, I don't talk about the deal. I don't talk about Empower Network. I talk about them. Okay, now here's an example. So if I can get them to laugh, it's like, Tom, it's Darren Little calling from Facebook. Boom, he starts laughing. Okay, I'm in now. Okay, that's the first step. I got to crack that code and get that person to laugh. That's accessing the vault. Okay, critical. So you'll hear me say this a lot, guys. I want to reach out, touch base, and say a quick hello. Now, why would I say those words? Why would I say those words, Pat?
Well, in a way, it reminds me of that old commercial. If the telephone reach out to you, reach out, touch base, makes people feel warm and fuzzy. Touch base, reach
Bingo.
out.
Bingo. There you go. Thank you very much. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So the whole concept that you guys got to understand with recruiting, okay, is that this isn't accidental that I say these words. Okay, so let's say that I'm standing in front of you and I reach out. What did I just do? I put my hand out for you to shake my hand, correct? Okay, but if I touch base, I'm either shaking your hand or I'm giving you a hug, right? Reach out, touch base, and say a quick hello. I just want to find out what's happening in your world. And shut up. You see the psychology behind that, though? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it's like you're giving them an outlet.
Okay.
You're giving them a chance to speak.
So here's the next thing. So I want to say, tell me what's happening in your world. And listen. So now they're going to talk. I'm going to try and keep a very high frequency energy, right? I might be laughing or smiling or, and I never sit down when I'm doing my recruiting, guys, ever. Unless I'm talking to the person face to face like this on Skype. I am never, ever sitting down when I'm on the phone. Ever. Never. That's how I raise money. I raise millions and millions of dollars, and I pace back and forth from the kitchen to the living room, from the kitchen to the living room, because you have to keep the vibration pop, 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 pop. Very high. It's a very high vibration, guys. When you're sitting down, you slouch, and it cuts off your circulation and your oxygen supply, right? So I never ever sit down. Okay. Now you've got to own this stuff here. What's behind door number 1? $3,000 in bonus training, weekly millionaire mentoring, all that stuff, right? You've got to take ownership for Chad Turner's stories. He said 4 $3,000 days. Mark Clyott had a $20,000 second month. That's coming from our team, guys. And if you can't own that, who's going to ever look up to you as a leader if you can't own all of the success stories that are happening on our own team? Who's going to ever look up to you as a leader? Think about that. So we have all this massive success. We've had 6 people in the top 100 on the leaderboards. We've got $3,000 in bonus training. We've got a Step Up to Freedom campaign. We've got all this stuff that we're working on with mindset, with quantum physics, with how to recruit new reps in 6 to 45 minutes, with unstoppable vision, with Unleash the Alpha Within, with how to develop a 9K day mindset, with how to develop 1,000 people on Twitter. If you can't take ownership of that to see that that's value, they certainly won't. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. So here is the goal, okay? Here is how you recruit fast, fast, fast. Okay, so here's my goal. I want to find out what's happening in your life, and I'm going to listen, right? So during the time that you tell me, I might say to you, so tell me, do you work at home full time? Do you have kids? I want to find something in common with that person. So if they have kids and I have kids, we got something in common right now. We're both parents, right? So if their kids are at the same age as my son, right, we've got even more in common, right? Because I can talk about my son's life that will be similar to their life, their kids' lives. So let's say that their kids are between 14 and 16. I can say, oh man, I mean, is it crazy or what? Do you find that your kids have these like one-word conversations? Like you ask them a question so how's your day going so far? And they just go, good. How's school going? Good. Right? So how are your teachers? All right. They're going to start laughing, right? Because that's what happens when kids get around, they get around 14, 15, 16 years old. They don't communicate very much. They don't even have conversations. I mean, it's crazy, but it's really the truth, right? Okay. So I want to get a little bit of rapport, right? And then I'm going to start asking some probing questions, right? So I'm going to say, so you're at home entrepreneur. What exactly is it that you do? Oh, I'm with XYZ company. Oh, great. I know a bunch of leaders in that company. So here's what I want to know. Do you do it full-time or part-time? How long have you been in it, right? And how big is your team? Now, I can tell from that how much money you're making right now, okay? Now, after that, what am I going to do next? I'm going to say, who's your mentor and what's your monthly marketing and advertising budget, okay? Now, when I feel things out, this is how I sort of feel things out, right? So here's an example. So, so Tom, just out of curiosity, do you do multiple income streams like me? You see how that worked? Okay, so I've got My Lead System Pro, and I've got another lead generation system, and I've got iPass, and I've got an Empower Network, right? So I have I got Aweber that pays me affiliate commissions, and I've got all different, GoDaddy and these different affiliate programs that pay me commissions, right? Just off of my blog, right? If you go to darrenlittle.com, there's some recommended things there that I recommend, and those pay me commissions. I get commissions from all of them. My Lead System Pro, I just want for you guys to see this, okay? Because, maybe you're not really fully aware of the possibilities once you really understand this whole formula, okay? Because what is separating you from your dream is you thinking that recruiting is actually hard, but it's actually really, really super easy. Because it's all about the other person, and it's actually fun if you stop focusing on your deal, if you stop focusing on commissions, and you start focusing on relationships, okay? But I just want for you guys to see this live, because I can't fake this. Okay, now I don't do anything in this company, okay? It's attached to my darrenlittle.com blog when people opt in. So if they go to my website and they read a report or they read a review or something like that, and they opt in, this system is going to just present on its own without me. I don't even do, okay, look at this. I'm number 9 on the leaderboard. See that, guys? I can't fake this. I'm number 9 right now on the leaderboard, and I don't even ever talk about this company, the lead generation system. Okay, so let's take a look at what this has done for, where are we at here? Where are we at? Okay, so it's done $1,144, right? It's not huge money, but that's enough to pay all my auto ships, all of my autoresponders, all the stuff that I've got going on, and still buy a little bit of traffic, right? So, oh, there's somebody trying to pitch me on travel. See, this is funny, guys. This is really funny because I put this stuff out just to get edge rank and rankings, right, and to get interaction, right? So, okay, so we got another top producer. Okay, Samuel Levitz is in Empower Network, but he's another top producer. Pete Delmonico is another top producer. John Gilardi is a seven-figure income earner. Charles Fuchs is a top recruiter, right? So you can tell from who starts to respond on what vibrate. Here's another David Dubbs. He's another top income earner. Mark Sharif, another top income earner, right? So Dusty Devon, another top income earner, right? So you can tell from what's going on, but you've got to believe. If you don't believe that you have any value, if you don't believe that you're putting out quality content, how the heck is anybody else going to believe that? Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense when I'm talking about this stuff? So you've got to ask yourself here, if it only takes 11 people in your inner circle, 11, okay? You're going to assemble 11 people, you're going to put them on a little Google Hangout like this, and you're going to teach them the Step Up to Freedom program, okay? That means that if they're doing the same thing as you, only at even 50%, you're already qualified for that halfway point to 100 grand, guys. That's not a lot of people, right? So here's what I can tell you for me. This is my mindset, okay? This is how I think. I think like this. If I need 11 people on my team in the compressed period of time as possible, I'm having 110 conversations. Real deal. No bullshit. I'm having 110 conversations because I know that roughly 10% of them, they're coming on board right now. Like that. So in a compressed period of time, I'm having 110 connections, and if I have 25 connections in a given day, how much is that going to take me? 110 divided by 25. It's going to take me 4.5 days. Okay, so it's 4.5 days that it takes me to get 11 people. Now, in the event that you go, oh, I'm going to talk to, I got this one guy that's maybe interested, then that's never going to happen. You will never break inertia because there's an invisible barrier, and if you don't come at this thing like a locomotive, guys, you forget about it. It's not gonna happen. It will not happen. You'll be like this. Right? It's like, oh, so how's your business going? Well, I talked to this one guy. I think it's maybe interested. Forget about it. It's not going to happen. Right? That's just the truth. Because what you're really putting into your business is moving pencils and papers around. Because you only get paid if you connect with a person, identify their problem or pain, and have the video as the solution to their problem. That's recruiting. That's how you recruit. So if you have not connected with that person and you have not connected them to their dream, so here's an example. So I'm talking to this guy on the phone today, and I say, Darren, so what's your vision? What's your vision? What do you really want? Now what do? I shut up. I shut up, right? Because I want him to tell me about his vision. Okay, so now here's an example. So he talks to me about his vision. So I say, well, I mean, give me an idea. Like, how much money would you need to be able to leave your full-time job to go full-time in your business? That's a great question, guys. So let's say he tells me that it's going to be $10,000 a month. Okay, so here's what I ask. What do you want the $10,000 a month for? Now he starts to spend the money. Okay, so he's spending the money, right? He says, well, we want a college fund for the kids, and we really want to move, and we want to be able to go on vacation and travel and this, that, and the other thing. And I go, really? Tell me more about that. 5 words will make you rich. Tell me more about that. 5 words will make you rich. Okay? So here's what I want to find out. So when you talk about travel, where do you want to travel to? Now he's traveling in his mind. I'm taking him through his dream. So let me ask you this, Darren. So you're making $10,000 a month. I'm going to keep on programming it into his brain that he's already making $10,000 a month. So you're making $10,000 a month. And you know that you have $10,000 a month coming in month after month after month. Are you living in the same area code or a different area code? Oh, definitely a different area code. We want to move to Florida. Really? So do you want to be close to the water, or do you want to be inland in the suburbs? Oh no, we want to be close to the water. Really? Do you want a house, an apartment, a condo, a townhouse? What do you want? Oh, we definitely want a house. Really? How many bedrooms do you want? 2 bedrooms? 3 bedrooms? 4 bedrooms? Oh no, we want about 3 bedrooms. Really? How many square feet are you talking about? Now, if he doesn't know, guess what I'm doing? I'm giving him homework. Because I'm a mentor. And I'm going to give him what he needs to get to his personal breakthrough. This is before he's even working with me, guys. Before he's even signed up. I'm going to tell him why he's not getting to his dream. He's not getting to his dream because he doesn't know what he wants. He needs to know how many square feet, whereabouts it's going to be. He needs to go online and start looking for his place that he wants to move into. He needs to know what his down payment is and what his monthly mortgage payment is. So we get all that worked out. So let me ask you this. So there you are in your 3-bedroom home, and it's about 2 blocks away from the water. You got a direct walk to the beach. You got this awesome weather in Florida. Are you driving the same car, or are you driving a different car? Oh, I'm definitely driving a different car. Really? What kind? Now, as we're going through this process, he's connecting to his dream. And I've got ammo. You guys see how this works? I've got leverage, right? So after we're done, I'm going to say, so let me ask you this. So you're talking about wanting to make $10,000 a month, and you want this 3-bedroom house, a couple blocks away from the water. You want to get that white BMW, the black interior, and those chrome rims. You want to start that $1,000 a month college fund for your daughter. I mean, how serious are you about this, really? I mean, if I was to ask you from a scale from 1 to 10, how serious would you say that you are about getting the white BMW, getting that 3-bedroom home, starting that college fund for the kids? How serious would you say? If he does not give me a 10 or higher, I'm going to tell him he doesn't qualify. So if he gives me a 9, I'm going to say, you know what, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a serial entrepreneur. And I'm going to tell you, you're not going to make it. And he's going to be, what? What are you talking about? 10% of your brain is already convinced it's not going to work. So in 2 weeks, it's going to be 20%. In 4 weeks, it's going to be 40%. And about halfway through the second month, you're already going to quit. So if I'm going to invest my personal time into your dream, you got to be a 10 or higher if I'm even going to work with you. This is the truth, guys. I really do this. And I'm going to show you here what happened today when a guy was on the phone with me and he told me he had enrolled, and I called him and I spent the time to actually get a hold of him, and he told me that he hadn't done it yet. Okay? Now I can't fake this stuff because I'm going to show you my live account. Okay? Okay. Where is this guy? What the heck is his name? Let's hold on. Can't remember the guy's this name. All of a sudden, my mind's just gone blank on me. Okay, just hold on. I got it because you guys got to see this because I want to show you what happens when this happens. Okay. Anthony Rodelli. Okay, watch this. Okay. Okay, so I get a hold of him. He says, I haven't paid you yet, Darren. I said, huh? You just told me you activated your system. No, sir. I go, oh my God. He goes, I'm fearful of making another mistake. I said, you know what? My time is really valuable, Anthony. You can either take action now and change your life, or I'm done here. Like, I really do this, guys. Okay, so he then's waffling. I say, Anthony, sadly, I'm going to have to decline taking you on as a student. I only work with action takers and people that are coachable, and clearly you are not at your breaking point in life. I wish you the best on your path to success. See that? I can't fake this stuff, guys. That's called drawing a line in the sand and setting your boundaries. And if somebody crosses the boundaries and they aren't in your power and they are not in your frequency, gone. They're done. Now watch what happened. Guess what? I'm sorry for pissing you off. The effect I had on you, I feel terrible. Please give me a second chance. I'm sick and tired of this life that I've led up until this point, and I've decided to take charge. I wouldn't bet against me because I'm serious. Look what happened. Look what instantly happened. He started to step immediately into his power, right? So I said, watch this, use the link. For whatever reason, it didn't go through. If you're not activated before midnight tonight with a blog and inner circle, the deal is off. I really do this, guys. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. This is the real deal, guys. This is you guys want to know what it takes to become a top recruiter. This is the real deal, guys. Okay? Because I recruited 4 people today, and that's really what I do. So I've got a goal. When I call you, I got a mission. Number 1, I'm going to make you laugh. It's my number 1 goal. You're going to be laughing by the time we're done on this conversation. Number 2, you're going to feel good. Because I know if I can make you laugh and our bodies synchronize, you're going to feel good at the end of the conversation. Number 3, I'm going to connect you to your vision and your dream. When I'm talking about your vision and your dream with you, your body is going to start to go into its preferred state. Okay? So your body's in its preferred state. Okay? So you've already told me your number. You told me that your number is 10,000. Right? Now here's what I'm going to say. You know what, Tom? I mean, I don't even know if there's a fit here. I don't even know if there is a fit here. Now, what did I just do? I took it away. I took it away. You don't even know what there's a fit about because I haven't even talked about my business yet. So you don't even know what I'm talking about. Now, here's what I say. But let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. I say that a lot, guys. If you're a top recruiter, that's something that you will say a lot. Well, let me ask you a question, okay? If I was to tell you that we have people on our team, this is something that you can say. If I was to tell you that we have people on our team, what's behind door number one? Making as much as $7,500 their first month and as much as $11,500 by month two, and it was only $144.95 to get started, what would you say? That's called a soft close, right? Because I'm going to see where he's at, right? That's okay. Now, once he's in, and I've got him in the blog in the inner circle, I've already got him part of the team. I sweep him into the momentum. I tap him into the $3,000 training bonuses. And now guess what? We're going to connect again. We're going to connect again. Because I'm going to say to him, you know what you really need is you really need to get the top producer formula. So now it's another little step, right? So he gets the top producer formula. Now, if I can get him onto the top producer formula within 2 or 3 days and he realizes the power of the training, I still got time to upgrade him to all in, guys. Right? If he just doesn't have the budget, you can't make that happen, no problem. I'm not going to push the relationship over the edge, right? And jeopardize that. I'm not going to push him so far over the top, right? He's still going to be part of Millionaire Mentoring. He's still going to be in the team. He's still going to start his process to start his growth, right? Keep in mind, this is personal development disguised as a business. This is a leadership business model, right? So here's the thing that I'm going to put out to you guys. Knowing this information, right? Knowing that my goal is to reach out, touch base, and say a quick hello and get you to laugh. That's my first goal. And then find out what's happening in your life, right? Get a little bit of rapport, right? And then find out what's your vision. What do you really want over on this side? Now, once I get you connected to that, right, now I can find out what do you need for money-wise to be able to either live that or leave your full-time job in order to live the life of your dream. And quite honestly, most people will tell you it's 10 grand. Almost all of them. Almost all of them will tell you it's 10,000 a month. Okay? Guess what? We have this blueprint that you can actually show people with slides and a rollout campaign in 49 days with a $150 startup generated over 12 grand. All documented. Now, I tell you guys my formula. What was my formula? 25 connections in any given day. What was my special sauce, right? This was my special sauce. So, Tom, what exactly is it that you do? Oh, actually, Darren, you know, I'm a plumber, but my passion is organo gold. Oh, great company. I know some leaders in that company. How long you been with Organo? 2 years, right? You doing it full-time or part-time? Part-time. I know he's broke. Right there. How many people on your team? I know how much money he's making. Right there. Who's your mentor? What's your monthly marketing and advertising budget? I don't have a mentor. I don't have a budget. Oh my God, are you serious? Dude, you know what? I just found out how to help people in Organo Gold add a $2,000 to $3,000 monthly marketing budget to their business in 60 to 90 days. And then I go silent. And he goes, really? How do you do that? Watch this video. Next. You're done. That's how easy this is, guys. It's not hard. I'm going to make the person laugh, connect with them over here, get their vision, find out what their exit strategy amount is, what do they want the money for, how serious are they on scale from 1 to 10, and when they give me their number, if they tell me they're a 10, I go, really? A 10? Tell me why. Now they're selling me on their dream. I'm not selling them on, what products have I even talked about? Did you guys hear me talk about any product? Have I talked about any company in the entire conversation? Any? Did you guys hear me mention a company name? None. I don't talk about a company because it's not necessary. Because it doesn't, it's not a, it has to be about that person in their reality. That's the critical part. You guys got to get this. Their vision, their dream, their passion, their pain. And what can I do to help? I just want to help. Make sense? Make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Is there any confusion here at all?
I have a question about that.
Okay.
Perfect.
My question is, Darren, when you spoke to the guy today whose name was Darren, and you walked him through that step up to freedom,
Yes.
you never talked about products, and he said to you, let's say he said, yeah, I want to make $10,000 a month and blah blah, and you went through the steps, but I mean, at some point you had to tell him what he was buying. Correct?
He sees what he's buying right when he gets to the steps where there's a blog, there's the Inner Circle Mindset Training, there's a top producer formula, there's the team building formula, there's mass influence.
Right.
Goes
Okay.
over the products in the actual presentation.
Right, but I'm saying before, when you get to getting them to speak about their vision, and they're telling you the vision and the goal and the pain. At some
None of
point,
that has to do with anything I'm marketing or anything. That's all about them. That has nothing to do with anything that I have. Nothing. Nothing.
Except at some point you tell them, well, I just found out, what if I told you on my team somebody's making $7,500 to $11,500 in their second month? What would you say about that? Or how do you feel?
I would say, what would you say? And they'd say, well, I would want to find out more. I would want to be your next student. I would want whatever. And I say, cool. Watch this video.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Here's what I'll tell you guys. In networking, if you're a professional networker and you're really good, you can change people's state and make them feel good. You will get good at changing people's state and making them feel good, and you will be able to get them connected to their emotionally connected to their dream in a 5 to 10 minute conversation. That's what good networkers do. Okay? Now, after that, I'm going to pique their curiosity and get out of the way. Right? That's what networkers do. So networkers are people connectors and problem solvers. That's what networkers are. So I go over to your house, you got a leaky roof, and I go, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, you know what? A buddy of mine has a renovation company that does all this stuff, I'll hook you guys up. That's networking, right? Networking is something that we all do. We do it with people that we know, with realtors and mortgage brokers and insurance agents and restaurants and different places that we've been, right? We connect people to another person that can help them. So you need to be a good go-to person if you're going to be good in this industry. But if you want to make the big money fast, guys, hey, all this online stuff is great, okay? The blogging and the videos and this, that, and the other thing. But do you realize that all that stuff, for me, is to get a connection? I want to get the person off of the internet and onto the phone or onto Skype where I can build a real relationship. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Pat, did I call you today?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Do you feel that I contributed any value to your life today?
Oh my God, yeah, totally changed my state.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. So if you make it a goal to make little tiny deposits, right, into other people's lives, on what can you do to provide them with value, that's when you start to reap. So if I can provide all of these little deposits, what can I do for you? What can I do for you? How can I help you? What can I do to help you? You've got a problem. Oh, I know this guy that can help you. I know this person that can help you. Right? I become a problem solver and a people connector. Now, if you guys will take ownership of Millionaire Mentoring on the front end and ownership of the $3,000 bonuses that are behind you here, if you will take ownership of the Step Up to Freedom campaign, you can all make $10,000 a month. 99, 33, 11. Real simple. Your first goal is 11 people in your inner circle. We're dealing with $144.95 price point, guys. Right? That can give somebody a $2,000 to $3,000 monthly marketing budget. Now, here's what I will tell you. If you have a problem with a $144.95 price point and you don't think that's value when most people are spending $500 to $1,000 and you've got a $3,000 price point that you're giving people for $144.95, then you're going to have to work on your own deservability and worthiness issues. Okay, because that's where the blocker is. It has nothing to do with what we have. Because if I can go out and recruit 330 people, guys, come on, really? You got to start looking right here, guys, in the mirror, right? In all fairness, right? Because we all have the same thing. We're all marketing the same products.
Right.
What's the difference? Right? It's the temperature gauge is different. Right? So if I believe, here's what I believe. Everybody that I talk to is going to join my business. I talked to 4 people today. 4 people joined. 4 people conversations like this, right? Because that's what I believe to be true. I believe that my phone is ringing off the hook with incoming calls. I believe that people are calling me from all 4 corners of the world. I believe that when I log onto Facebook, it's lit up like a Christmas tree. I believe that people are going to sign in my business on autopilot. I believe that everybody's going to have their personal breakthrough because that's what I believe. Chad Turner just had another $3,000 day, guys.
Chad.
Like, seriously.
Awesome.
Now, here's one of the things that I will tell you is that you know that there was a lot of stuff on YouTube that everybody has access to. But Chad was one of the very few people that actually went into the archives and watched some of the Millionaire Mentoring. Everybody has access to it. There's no charge for it. But Chad was one of the only people that actually went online and did research to find more of my videos that he could watch to get training on his own. And guess what? He's had the most $3,000 days on the team. Do you guys think that's coincidental? He's done the most amount of personal development work and the most amount of self-starting, right? So he watched the video, he came up with his own special sauce, which was his Twitter formula, and he, in 90 days, has people ranked in the top 100 of the company. He's only been in for 3 months. Now, what's the difference? So if you say, okay, you know, Chad's been at this for 90 days, we've got other people that have been at it for 90 days that haven't made anything. What's the difference? We all have the same products. We're all dealing with you guys have all the bonus funnels that I have personally. Every bonus funnel that I have, from Unleash the Alpha Within, Unstoppable Vision, 9K Day Mindset, all the funnels are in the files section, the bonus section. So everything that I have, you have. Every question I ask, you guys have, because we go over it in mentoring. So the only thing that's different is right here. That's it. Because you have every other thing that I use in order to recruit 330 people into this company. The only thing that's different is right here. What do you believe to be true for you? And how worthy do you feel for your abundance? And how emotionally connected are you to your dream? Because if you're not emotionally connected to your dream, and you don't feel worthy and deserving, and you don't love yourself enough to let that abundance flow in, nothing will work. And tell you what to do to surrender, and give you the homework to do, and after that, what else? All I can do is, okay. How many people here on this panel? Just let me ask you this, okay? Trayon, can you unmute yourself for a sec?
Hey, Darren.
Trayon, how long have you been in mentoring?
In the Profit Maximizer group,
Yeah.
probably hasn't been a month yet.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Have you, be honest, have you, yes or no, driven down to a Bentley dealership and sat in a Bentley? Be honest.
No.
Okay. Patricia, have you been to the Bentley dealership and sat in a Bentley yet? Pat?
I sat in the Boxer, Porsche.
Sat in the Boxster, that's not a $300,000 car. You still have not completed the assignment. Kevin, have you sat in a Bentley yet? Yes or no? No. Okay. Edward, can you unmute yourself, please? Edward, have you sat in a Bentley since you started in Millionaire Mentoring, or yes or no? Okay, I can't hear Edward. Chad Turner, have you been to a Bentley dealership and sat in a Bentley yet?
I have not been into a Bentley dealership yet.
Okay. Guys, can you see any sort of patterns here? If you guys want me to give you the ticket to freedom and you won't follow the instructions, what can I do? There's a reason that I tell you to sit in a car that's worth $350,000 so that your body, your cells in your body will surrender. Your cells in your body, and $65,000 car won't do it. That's why I say to go sit in a Bentley, because it's a different experience. Everything is made by hand. And when you smell the leather and you sit in that car, I don't care whether or not you want the Bentley or not, guys. It has nothing to do with whether or not you want the car. If you make $5 million and you don't want that, go give $350 or $1 million or $2 million away. Hallelujah. Give it all to your church. But there's a specific formula that I learned from my millionaire mentor that put me into as much as $4 million in a single year. Now, you can either follow the blueprint or tell me that you have a better way. But I'm telling you, there's a specific formula that works, and if you trust this process, you will get the results that I'm talking about. Your growth will start to go up like this exponentially, right? If you've never put on a watch that's $30, $40, or $50,000, you need to do it. How do you believe that you're ever going to access universal abundance if you don't feel that that watch on your wrist, it belongs there? It won't happen, guys. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Off to the dealership.
So, if I didn't feel that this was important, right? Now here's the interesting thing, though, right? Chad's been multiple times to the actual vehicle that he wants to get, which is a Jeep. What's it called? A Jeep.
Wrangler.
Jeep
Unlimited.
Wrangler. Okay, so even though he hasn't been to the Bentley dealership, he's specifically gone to the actual car that he's going to get, taken pictures, taken video, and gone through a whole process. It's not just a random one. He specifically wants a white Jeep Wrangler with these type of tires and that color of interior. Okay, but here's what I'm going to tell you. You will get the Jeep when you go sit in the Bentley. Does that make sense? Okay,
Yeah.
when you sit in the Bentley, something will happen here in your body. A switch will go off internally. Something happens, guys. And don't rush it. Don't rush the process. Right? And if you feel that you need to be in the zone, put on your best outfit that you need to feel, in your power, dressed up, and then go sit in the Bentley. Get yourself dressed up like you're going out to a wedding or something if you need to do that. Hallelujah, do that. Make it a whole special occasion that you're going to go through and go through this process. Because once you do that, do you know that most people haven't done it? You know why? You want to know why? You want to know why it is?
Yeah.
Okay. There is an invisible barrier between that inside of that dealership and you on the outside. An invisible barrier, just like breaking inertia. It's exactly the same. And when you walk up to that door, there will be some resistance like this before you walk in that door.
Yeah, there was.
Okay? But if you know that going in, right? Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you. If I decide today that I'm going to recruit 5 people, right? I already have it in my mind. I've got to raise my vibrational frequency to believe. I got to see it already as being done. So I've got to now, when I'm reaching out to people, I'm not trying to recruit them, guys. I want them to identify either their pain or their passion. Because if they identify their pain, I'm helping them solve a problem by watching that video. If they identify their passion and I know what they want for their money, I can show them how to get that money by watching that video. What value can I provide to the person's life by having them watch that video? What value do I have in my bonus training that I can give them once they watch that video and come into the inner circle? You see how that works? It's all behind door number 1, guys. It's all behind door number 1. And once you realize that, your personal power is going to go where you feel like RoboCop. Because you're not selling anything. You're genuinely connecting heart to heart. And that's why I say, you know what, Tom? I don't even know if there's a fit here. I don't even know if there's a fit here. That drops the person's guard down, so they're not, they're not like expecting the pitch, right? The other thing that you've got to realize is if you start to remember, you've got your safety net, right? Here's your safety net. So if I go, if I was to tell you that, blah, 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 what would you say? And they'd say, oh, I'd say it totally sucks. I go, cool, what do you got planned for the weekend? That's always my safety net. I always have my safety net, right? So here's an example. We're getting to talking, and, I say, I just found out how to help business owners in Organo add $2,000 to $3,000 to their monthly marketing budget in 60 to 90 days. And you don't say anything. It's like, yeah, okay, so big deal. I go, cool, what do you got planned for the weekend? There's no emotion that's attached to that, right? So if I don't care what you say, it doesn't matter to me, right? Then what's the big deal? We had a great conversation. We laughed a little bit. We got to connect. We talked about your vision and your dream, right? So here's an example. So Tom, just out of curiosity, do you do multiple income streams like me? And you go, no, I'm totally focused on my deal. I just do one deal. I'm done there, right? I'm done with that, right? My last point entry is going to be to say, just out of curiosity, what's your monthly marketing and advertising budget? That's my back door in. So he goes, actually, I don't have a marketing and advertising budget. Oh man, are you serious? Right? So there's a way to go around that, but you've got to have these little pods. The $2,000 to $3,000 a month in 60 to 90 days is a pod, right? So just out of curiosity, do you do multiple income streams like me, or are you just focused on the one thing, right? I just wanted to reach out, touch base, and say a quick hello, find out what's happening in your world, right? And then, so just out of curiosity, besides the deal that you're doing, do you do multiple income streams like me, or just focus on the one thing? Oh, no, I just focus on one thing. Oh, cool. Cool, right on, awesome. Hey, listen, it was great to connect. Let's make sure we keep in touch. I'm already on my exit strategy, but there's never any friction, right? I'm kind of just putting my toe in the water a little bit, test, and if there's a fit, boom, phew, I'm out of the way, right? If I go test, and there's no fit, I go cool, and I'm gone, right? Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can wrap up for now, guys. Hopefully you got some good value from this. I want you guys to know, though, if you really want to go to the next level, use Facebook and use all this stuff online to get people onto the phone, get them onto Skype, because I'm telling you what, your recruiting will go like this. And you all have copies of the Step Up to Freedom now. Okay, there's no excuse for you guys on that, right? You can all do private presentations. You can all do self-branded presentations with you on the front end, with your brand, and you can watch my video 5, 6, 7 times to get down the pattern, and then put your video on the front end and just talk about your mentor. It doesn't have to be your personal results, right? You can talk about the fact that, you can talk about the whole experience of how we met, right? Guys, you know what? I've been in this industry for a long time, and finally the light bulb went on. When I saw this concept, it totally blew my mind. I met Darren Little. He's known online as the MLM superhero. And when you see how you can implement this, I'm telling you what, it's going to blow your mind, right? That's about taking ownership of it. Because when I first started with Empower, I didn't have any success in it yet, guys. But what I did know is that I only needed 99 people in my inner circle to make $100,000 a year. And that is a little, tiny, minuscule number, right? And 99 is 33, is 11, and I knew I had my gateway to freedom, okay? So guys, you've got Darren Little here with the MLM Superheroes. Thanks a lot for joining us. If you're watching the replay and you're seeing this after, here's what I'm going to tell you. Click the link below. You can literally take your life to a whole brand new level with Millionaire Mentoring every single Sunday night. I look forward to meeting you in person one day. I look forward to seeing you at the top. Bye for now.